What's up, guys? So this is a little bit of a different kind of video. Most definitely has spiritual essence to it, but this is really just kind of me paying tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy has literally been my number one artist ever, really. Anyone who's known me personally hears me talk about him literally 24/7. If I'm not talking about spiritual concepts or martial arts or something like that, Ozzy's the next topic, So, yeah. But I do want to say, I do believe he completed his mission, He learned what he needed to learn. He finished that concert, and that's what he was here for, All is well, because I want to tell you a story here. When you are tapped in spiritually, it is like a droplet goes back into the ocean and all is one, right? And you can sense that oneness, right? So I want to tell you a profound story that happened to me the day Ozzy died. So I was at the gym. I had my Ozzy shirt on. I was listening to his music in my headphones, and I was just at the chest press machine, and then I just stopped. I got real still, right? And then I felt like this presence. It was Ozzy. I felt this presence, and it was like, thank you for your support. Thank you for your devotion. It was like to me specifically, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit concerned. I'm like, did Ozzy die? There ain't no way. But the knowing was just so like, holy shit, right? So I went to go look it up on the internet and see if that was true. And this was earlier in the day, or in the more like the late morning kind of time. It wasn't reported yet, so I was like, oh man, I don't know. Maybe I just really appreciate his music, because, I guess I was wrong. I don't know. Then I come to find out that it was true. And he really did leave this earth, So I am grateful because I have loved Ozzy's music. Ozzy's music has helped me on my spiritual journey and life in general, to progress. And I swear there's a song for every specific nuance of my life, even like deep spiritual existential stuff, things that I've never connected in any other way with any other artist. Ozzy stood for being your authentic self unapologetically, and that's most definitely something to embody within yourself, right? Like, there's something divine about being crazy, And so I got, like I said, I was worried because I had 2 dreams this year, and I'm normally, when I get dreams that talk about, like I've had it happen with loved ones when they pass away. I had 2 dreams about my grandma who passed away recently this year. I had 2 dreams about Ozzy dying. It was right after the concert in the dream, but hey, it wasn't much further off. I'm glad he got to do his concert and everything. But anyway, so yeah, this is to all the people who, like, specifically to the religious Christians who are fucking insufferable, if I'm gonna be honest, like the dogmatic ones. Like, anyone who follows my content knows how I feel about the true message of Yeshua, but like all of the dogmatic Christians who just like to be judgmental and feel self-righteous and literally do the complete opposite of what Yeshua really stood for, to them, no, Ozzy's not in some place, fiery pit called hell. No, he didn't sell his soul to the Illuminati, to some of the spiritual people. This is the thing, like, not every single person is a part of that. Yes, there is some dark stuff going on behind the scenes, but like, hell is a state of consciousness. It is a separation from the oneness and the spirit of God, right? Oneness within, right? Hell is when you're separated from that. If you're in addiction, like Ozzy's definitely walked through hell, for sure, but he was a loving man, Like, anyone who knows him beyond the stage antics would know that. And a lot of these people don't bother to look into that, you know what I mean? You can't be afraid of darkness, and that's That's the thing. Like, a lot of these religious people, like, they run from their shadows, they run from their darkness, and that's why they fear it. That's why they judge it so harshly in others, you know. You have to look at your darkness and see that it's nothing but light, you know. For being the Prince of Darkness, he brought a hell of a lot of light to my life and to many others, right? And I actually, like I said, I never got to meet Ozzy in this lifetime, and I wanted to go to his concerts, and then COVID happened, and then it just didn't work out, right? But I will say, I cherish that moment where I was at the gym and his spirit came to me. And there might be some people being like, well, why you of all people did he like come to or whatever? And that's what I want to get at, is we're all one, right? And to the degree you open your heart to that channel, right? And to the degree you understand the spirit realm, the oneness of God, right? You know, if you're in tune with spirit and a being just returned to spirit, you're gonna feel it. And if you have a direct channel, you know, that's just how it works, right? You call on loved ones and those who have passed on. They will always be around you, right? Whether you knew them in this life or not, because I knew him in spirit, and we're all spirit at the end of the day, right? These bodies are just temporary. You know, that's another thing. Ozzy, I don't want to say cheated death, but he overcame a lot, many years, you know? Like, he fought and fought and fought. At the end, though, you know, death is just a natural transition to the next stage of existence, right? It happens to us all, and it will happen to us all. You know, you can think you're the strongest, most immortal thing in the moment, right? But life is what's in control ultimately, right? So I've been seeing bat signs everywhere. I saw a black feather, and it's just like, you just know, man. It's like, I feel even actually closer, and Ozzy's chaotic energy and rebellious authenticity is something that I will take in to complete my life mission. And I just want to say, rest in peace, Ozzy, you know? Continue your journey. You've impacted a lot of people. Peace.